The 90-Day Fiancé franchise has long been known for its deeply emotional, sometimes heart-wrenching stories of love stretched across continents. Fans of David Toborowski and Annie Suen Toborowski have followed the journey for years, from overcoming financial hardships and disapproving family members to building a beautiful life together in America. Now, as David counts down the days until he can hold his wife and baby in his arms again, fans are wondering, is this beloved TLC couple facing their biggest crossroads yet? David's recent social media posts have sparked both concern and curiosity. On a quiet morning in Fountain Hills, Arizona, he took a solo selfie while on his daily walk, wishing his followers a good morning, and admitting he had so much time to reflect on so many things. While his cheerful tone seemed casual on the surface, his words hinted at deeper emotions bubbling beneath. For the first time in months, David appeared pensive, reflective, and, most of all, lonely. A solo journey home raises questions. David flew back to the United States without Annie or the newborn daughter Mintira earlier this summer, and fans immediately began speculating about the reason behind his trip. Why would David leave his young family in Thailand, especially after Annie gave birth in March 2025? When one follower asked him why he didn't bring his wife and baby with him, David's response, "Depends on timing," only deepened the mystery. His vague answer seemed out of character for the usually open, playful David who has always delighted fans with his transparency. Longtime viewers know David and Annie's love story intimately. They've overcome visa hurdles, financial struggles, and even skepticism from those who doubted their relationship in its early days. Over time, they built a comfortable life in Arizona, often showcasing their happy routines in their TLC spin-offs and YouTube vlogs. But when Annie returned to Thailand late in 2024, heavily pregnant with their first child, it marked a major shift in their lives. Fans were initially thrilled to see David and Annie embracing her roots and preparing to welcome their baby in Thailand. Yet as months passed and the couple remained abroad, whispers began circulating about whether this move was truly temporary, or if they were planting permanent roots in Annie's home country. A new baby, a new chapter, and a big decision. David and Annie's daughter Mintira was born in March 2025, and the couple proudly introduced her to the world through heartwarming photos and videos. The joy was infectious, and fans fell in love all over again with their sweet family dynamic. Still, David's recent trips back to the US have stirred questions about whether he's feeling torn between two worlds: the peaceful, family-oriented life they've built in Thailand and the familiar comforts and opportunities of America. During his latest visit, David has been candid about how much he misses Annie and Mintira. His Instagram captions are filled with longing. He gushes over Annie's beauty, shares tender updates about their baby, and frequently reminds fans how eager he is to be reunited. Yet his reflections about timing and thinking about so many things suggest that there's more to the story. Could David be wrestling with the idea of moving his family back to the US? Or is Annie reluctant to leave Thailand, preferring to raise Mintira closer to her family and cultural roots? Fans are divided. Fans weigh in. What's really going on? David and Annie's fanbase is famously loyal and deeply invested in their journey. Social media comments reveal a mix of excitement, worry, and curiosity. At Love 90 DF David looks so sad without Annie and Mintira. I hope everything is okay between them. Maybe he's just homesick. At Nanapapa1416, why doesn't he just bring them with him? What's going on with their visa situation? At Timanifan, I think Annie loves Thailand and wants to stay. David might be struggling because he misses America. This is such a big decision for any couple. Some viewers speculate that practical reasons, like visa logistics, financial planning, or even health care for their newborn, might be delaying Annie and Mintira's return. Others believe David's cryptic hints signal deeper doubts about staying abroad long term. David's quiet reflections, a man torn between two worlds. As David continues his solo time in Arizona, fans can't help but analyze every word of his posts. His reflections suggest a man at a crossroads, someone deeply grateful for his family but unsure of where his future lies. It's no secret that David worked hard to rebuild his life in America after facing hardships years ago. His and Annie's story became one of 90 Day Fiancé's most inspiring tales of resilience. They went from living in a friend's apartment to buying a beautiful home, starting successful businesses, and becoming one of the franchise's most financially stable couples. Now, David's decision to spend extended time in Thailand, coupled with his solo returns to the US, has left him pondering whether he's ready to walk away from the life he built stateside. His heart is clearly with Annie and Mintira, but his social media presence reveals a man quietly longing for the stability and sense of home he once had in Arizona. Annie's role in their next move. While David's posts have been introspective, Annie has kept things upbeat. Her own content from Thailand is filled with smiles, baby updates, and lively family gatherings. She appears comfortable and happy being surrounded by her loved ones in her homeland, and fans notice how rooted she seems in her Thai lifestyle. Some viewers wonder if Annie is reluctant to uproot again so soon, especially now that she has her mother nearby to help with the baby. For Annie, the slower pace and cultural familiarity of Thailand may feel ideal for raising the daughter, but does David share that same vision? The question becomes, is David's heart quietly calling him back to the US, while Annie feels more settled in Thailand? And if so, how will they bridge this divide? Hints of a bigger reveal coming. If there's one thing longtime 90 Day Fiancé fans know, it's that David loves to keep a little mystery alive. His teasing captions, paired with vague replies to fan questions, suggest he might be gearing up for a big reveal. Could this be part of an upcoming storyline on a TLC spin-off, or are David and Annie preparing to make a life-changing announcement to fans? Some believe David's reflective tone hints at something beyond just homesickness, perhaps a career opportunity or personal project that requires him to spend more time in the US. Others think his recent visits may involve logistical planning for a future relocation back to Arizona. Regardless of the reason, one thing is clear: David is deeply in love with Annie and baby Mintira. His emotional posts leave no doubt that his family remains his top priority, even as he navigates these big questions about where they'll ultimately call home. A familiar struggle for 90 Day Fiancé couples. David and Annie's situation is far from unique within the 90 Day Fiancé universe. Many franchise couples face similar challenges balancing love, family, and immigration logistics. David Dangerfield continues to wait for Sheila Mangubat's K-1 visa so they can marry, while polyamorous trio Matt J. Lassie, Amani J. Lassie, and Eni Aguirre are also juggling visa hurdles in hopes of building their unconventional family life in the US. Meanwhile, Niles Valentine hasn't seen his wife Matilda in over a year due to financial constraints. The emotional toll of separation, visa red tape, and cultural adjustments remains a central theme for many couples who appear on the show. Fans connect with these struggles because they reveal the very human challenges behind the whirlwind romances and exotic settings that initially draw viewers in. What's next for David and Annie? As David continues his morning walks in Arizona, his followers eagerly await any hint of what's coming next. Will he bring Annie and Mintira back to the US? Will the family remain in Thailand permanently? Or could David be preparing for a major surprise that no one sees coming? For now, David is letting his fans speculate while he keeps his cards close to his chest. His thoughtful posts show a man deeply reflective about his choices, clearly motivated by love for his wife and baby but aware of the trade-offs each decision will bring. One thing fans know for certain: whether in Arizona or Thailand, David and Annie's bond remains strong. The journey has always been about overcoming obstacles together, and this next chapter, whatever it may hold, will be no different. Final thoughts. David Toborowski's heartfelt updates have struck a chord with fans who see a man grappling with the bittersweet pull of home, family, and the life he's built across 2 continents. His yearning for Annie and baby Mintira is palpable, and his reflective tone suggests that big decisions are on the horizon. As fans continue to follow his every update, one thing remains certain: David and Annie's story is far from over. In fact, their next move might just be the most defining chapter yet of their unforgettable 90 Day Fiancé love story.